Hello everyone, my name is Olivia of the blog Agrarian Schoolhouse, and today I'm here to share another homeschooling tip that is working for us so far this year. So this is something that I've implemented just this year because, like I've previously shared, our 2023 record keeping system has been in just a daily planner that I've solely used for homeschooling and recording what we've done. So I can link that video in the description box below. But today, I want to talk about what I'm doing now. This year, I'm experimenting with an even simpler approach that has less monetary input, so I'm not having to buy a planner. I know there are cute homeschooling planners out there, and one downfall is just not utilizing them to their full potential, especially with the amount of money that you're putting into a planner. I like paper planners, and I like seeing things in front of me, right, instead of just using a digital planner. Digital planning is also an option if you're not a paper person. Okay, so I went out to my garage and found a tried and true composition book. It's very much or similar to maybe a notebook that you have used in school, an interactive notebook, right? You use composition books. They're sewn in, right? Well, this is a composition book that I have had in the garage for some time, and pulled it out. $0 spent, except in, some tape and the paper and ink that I've added to this notebook. So I'll show you how I've set this up and how I'm currently using it starting here this January. Oh, and opening it up, I have a month page. So I may end up going in and putting a full month diagram like I had. I don't have my handy, but in my other planner, I have a January page. And here I've just listed curriculum. So for reading, teach your child reading 100 easy lessons, math, Saxon, and dimensions, KA. Anyway, so I've got my list of curriculum choices and kind of like a master page almost. And then I go into my daily pages. So I start here with Sunday, and then I have the date on the top of each page. Here's an example of a daily page, okay? Here I have a line separating, so this is the bulk of the page, and this is what we do for specific school-related work. So for example, reading lesson 63, part 1, Saxon lesson 9 and 10 without the calendar, and my son did puzzles. The wider width of the page, this is for homeschooling activities. This is for other kind of academic-ish activities, right, but not directly related to our curriculum choices on our master page there. So this is a library playtime, and we chose new readers from the library. So that's not directly related to our reading curriculum that I had listed on the pages before. Now, as it's developed, I have added a reflections category, and let me give you an example of that. So here's some other just daily pages here. I'll show you this day. Okay, so here's a day. Here's my academic block. Here is my activity kind of block right there. And then this I just sectioned off another section, and this is where I reflect on if there's something worth noting that's particularly difficult, like W's and V's. I can put it here. And just notes to self and teacher notes about what I've noticed. Those reflection blocks are kind of notes to self. And so that's my 3-part, 2-part here and 3-part here. Simple daily record keeping of my homeschooling journey there. Now I will show you, and I think I've mentioned this in another video, but I'll show you kind of how I'm tracking with my lessons. So I'm not a big project ahead kind of lesson planner right now. I did, however, create a goal list here. So simple goals such as 3 reading lessons, 3 days of Saxon math, 2 days of Singapore math, 3 handwriting lesson days. And then I put some kind of activities that we normally do. So kind of some larger overarching goals that are not like specifically dated. So I like that openness. That's just my preference right now. I am keeping track of lessons in like what we do in this planner, a notebook, right? $0 up front. But I did print and tape in my tracking chart. I mapped out the lessons, right, or just listed them. I didn't even map them out. I listed them in order, and then I am highlighting, marking them off, whatever, as we go, so that we can see, you know, this is where I want to end up at the end of this semester. How fast are we tracking through the curriculum? This is Saxon, and it goes over to the next page. Here we go. That is a year's worth of Saxon. So that is why it's so long. Singapore Math and Singapore Math Practice, and this is a semester long, so that's why we're going much faster through that program. These are our reading lessons, and these are the rest that we have until we get to that 100 mark. Here I've added, so this is my tracker sheet, and I've attached this into the notebook after the first quarter, I believe, through January to March. So Q1 in the business world, I think. I'm trying to think about that a little bit more. But tape this in. Okay, this is after Q1, all of the pages that from when I started it in like the second week of January or whatever until March, through the end of March. I have those pages here. This is where I'm tracking, so this is a good way to evaluate, or we'll keep working from this in the second quarter when I start putting in the dates again. But here, this is still my tracking area where I tracked our handwriting, and so we recently just worked through that book, and we have some readiness checks at the end. I just wrote out the next handwriting book that we have by pages, and I can mark those off as I go. I like visually seeing that, how much we've completed versus, you know, compared to the whole of the book, and that helps keep me motivated and also feel like we're making progress. So that is how I currently have our planner, not really even a planner, but our record keeping. I hope that video is helpful. I'm giving you another way to think about tracking your homeschool progress. This is our first real year homeschooling. I have a preschooler and a toddler, and this is how I'm going about doing this. My name is Olivia. I have a master's and bachelor's in agricultural education. Comment below with any questions or thoughts that you have. Thanks.